people. Hello. Welcome. How's it going? Good afternoon, Diane. Welcome. Hey, how's everyone doing? Let me know. Comment something wonderful that's happened today. Comment with well, excuse me, Mitchie. You are on my shit list right now. Where have you been? No worries. It's good to see you. Well, hello, Raylene, or as I like to say, Ray Leon. Welcome. Hello, Brianna. Welcome. I have to be honest, and you probably get this a lot, but it's probably annoying. But every time I see your last name, I want to say celery, and I totally know that's not it. But like, it's like I see your first name, and I automatically think celery. Like, sorry, I apologize, but it's fun. Hello, Candy. Welcome, welcome. So we're gonna have fun today. We're going to. I pulled three cards, so emotions. The struggle is absolutely real. But our emotions are so valuable, even when they're a bitch. Absolutely. Even when they're intense, like they're valuable. They help us learn. They help us, discover more about like what we're going through, how what we're feeling about certain things in our lives. Um So yeah, but I get it. So I'm excited to be here this afternoon. Don't ask me why. I for some reason I feel like it's been 1,000 years since I've talked to everyone, but I'm feeling good. We ran errands. We had to go to Walmart. And there's a section I avoid, like the plague. No pun, I guess. No, whatever. But there's a section. It's like always towards the back where like the drinks are. I wanted to get some sugar-free, some sugar-free soda. I did want to get some, but it's always packed, and people are just always just hanging out in the way in that section. Like it's always the last three aisles. It's like where the soda is. It's where like the milk and stuff is as well. And I'm like, no. I won't go in. I won't go there. I had to go get some filler for my poppets that I'm making. Anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone. And if you think that you have a friend or someone who might be interested in just the conversation that we'll have today, feel free to tag them or invite them, share this with them. So yeah, I hope everyone's been doing well today. It's Monday, right? Shit, it is Monday. Oh my god, I had to check. It's Monday. We're good. So let's look at the cards. I did three cards. So let's look at the cards. Just take a breather. Look at the cards, pay attention to them. Anything that pops up, anything that you feel, always feel free to express, what comes up for you. We have the Ace of Swords reversed. We have the King of Pentacles reversed. And then we have this little sly Five of Swords not reversed. So is there anything that stands out to you? How does this make you feel? And the first thing that I noticed is we have a Pentacles card, which is Earth, right, associated with Earth, at the center, at the core, and then on either side we have a Swords card, and Swords is all about communication, about intellect, wisdom, ebb and flow, like movement, right? Right. Oh my god, I can't talk, but it's about movement. So it's interesting that we have a lot of like swords energy on either side of this earth energy. And the earth energy is reversed. I feel like there's work needing to be done. There's always work needing to be done. Yes. Ooh, look at your hair. So cute. Is this a new picture? I feel like it's a new picture. I like it. If it's not a new picture, I don't know why I'm just noticing. Anyways, so Ace of Swords reverse, the first card that initiates our contemplation this afternoon. We understand that aces are, what some people say are high vibrational cards or just, very spiritual cards. I also associate the aces with like gifts from, I love the braids, yes, gifts from God, gifts from goddess, gifts from spirit. And so we see this gift is coming from the right side of the card. The right side is associated with the future. So there's a blessing being given from the future back into our present moment or towards the past. Okay. And so that's something we contemplate. Okay, our future, we're being given some insight right now in association with our future. It has to, and you can look at the sword reversed. What does it look like it's doing? It's being planted, right? It's being planted downward. And so we recognize that maybe there is some insight coming into our life, which is information, data, by word of mouth, maybe, or mail, information that is being presented to us that is going to help us be very aware of it's going to help us be very specific as to what how we handle things. Does that make sense? So the insight or the guidance or that spiritual gift that we are being blessed with right now is going to be in the form of information that will definitely be like that deciding factor as to like what path, what route we choose in the next few steps that we make in life, right? So another thing with the Ace of Swords reversed is it's a really good time to be open to what is being said. So sometimes, like with the swords, we can be very, very analytical, very like overly analytical, very intellectual, and we don't allow for other aspects to come through. With the reversal, I feel like it's saying, look, it's time to process what we're going through, like our emotions or whatever situation that we're going through in life right now. It's time to process it through our mental faculties. Process what we're going through our headspace. Like, what do we think about this? What do we know about this? Bring in data. It's like, okay, I'm getting overwhelmed right now, but in my head, this is what I do. Okay, and let me know if I'm making sense. But like when I have to go into like public places, I get really, really anxious. My anxiety is off the it just I get it's really hard for me at times. And sometimes I'm fine, but it's really hard for me at times. And I feel like I feel some type of way. And in my head, I have to say, I'm fine. Like I am okay. No one is harming me. And I'll be very honest, like this might be TMI, but it's tied to anxiety. So like a lot of times I'll feel like I have to pee. Like I really will. Like I don't know why I'm telling you, but I'm just telling you because we're sharing. But I'll feel like I get so anxious, like I will feel like I have to pee, and I'm like, I just peed, like I peed for like 1,000 years, and I shouldn't have to pee, but because my anxiety is so intense, I feel in my head like I feel like I do, and I know that I don't, right? And so I have to talk myself into like I have to say, no, you just went to the bathroom, you just peed, like you don't have to pee, you really don't, you really, really don't. It's your nerves. And so with the Ace of Swords, it's like, okay, we're taking something that we're anxious about, or we're taking a situation, and we have to process it in a way that, no, I don't. I'm okay. I'm working through this. Like I don't have to do this. I've already done this. I need to get out of my way in that sense, right? So that's kind of where the Ace of Swords is coming through. It's like we have to talk ourselves through it, saying like and talk ourselves down a little. Like, okay, we're not as anxious about something because we know we've done all of these things and we're in a place where we're okay. Does that make sense? Let me see. Um yeah. I do sometimes feel like I have to bolt and run out. Like sometimes I'll leave my car, and I don't mean to do that, for the workers, but sometimes like I can't. It gets bad. And then it's also proper discernment with the Ace of Swords reverse. It's like it's proper discernment. So it's like, okay, no, I don't feel this way. My anxious energy is getting to me. And then it's like, no, I really do have to pee again. I did, drink a lot of coffee or whatever. I really do have to pee. And so that's kind of what's being expressed to us today is like contemplating the situations that we're going to and utilizing proper discernment. It's like, oh, I do need to do this, or no, I'm not making it more of a situation than it really is. I'm actually legit need to pay attention. Okay, and so that's kind of like the initiation of the Ace of Swords. It's giving us time to sort of confront, right, confront issues of the past. Again, in order for us to move forward, we have to tackle the issues or the information of the past. And so it's like we need to be the ones to either admit our faults and express, like, yeah, I was wrong, or to be open to allowing others to do the same thing. So it is sort of like this sort of fight energy where it's like we are confronting the issues or the words or the rumors of the past in order to tie up loose ends and move forward into a future that helps create a situation that we want. Okay, so let's just move on from that for a little bit. And that takes us to the second card. And the second card, as we can see, is the smug, comfortable, grapey. I say grapey because they look like little grapes. Cute. I think why now? King of Pentacles, the King of Coins, the King of Resources, the King of the physical earth. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? What goes on here? All right, and the King of Pentacles at the core of the reading. With it being reversed, I also feel like, okay, something we need to pay attention to is being a little more grounded, because the earth is reversed, so it's not as, let's say, dominant, it's not as strong, and so we need to be a little more aware of when we're a little flighty. Excuse me, and where we need to be a little more solid, where we need to be a little more heavier or have a little more foundation in something, right? And so that's what we need to pay attention to as well. With the King of Pentacles reversed. And so at the core, this is in part why I decided to title this, now is the time to build our skills, because the King of Pentacles has skills, has resources, has experience, has knowledge, has earthly knowledge, so knows about money, knows about building business, knows about these things. And so with the King of Pentacles reversed and the Ace of Swords, like this initiation, this blessing, I do feel like it's now is a time, that we're going through some things, like, like it is normal because it's life. We're always going through something, but now is a time where we are tying up loose ends, where we are confronting communication or confronting things in a verbal sense, and it is time for us to start building up our skill set in whatever avenue that we are called to. So now is the time at building our resources. So for some, it might be, investing our some money into stock, or investing money into something that is smart for you. For others, it could be investing into like a small business, thing. For others, it could be, just investing into something, building your skills that you already have. So again, if I wanted to, it could be me. For me, in my situation, maybe I'm investing into building more more communication skills, how to be better at communicating and talking with people. That will help when I do videos like this, as well as that will help when I do, one-on-one tarot readings, like personal sessions. That helps a lot. So it really is, with the King of Pentacles reverse, it's saying, look, it's time to strengthen our and solidify our foundational skills. It is time. It is time to invest, right? It's time to invest into ourselves and to start building ourselves up. And again, this is as individuals, but this is also as like units. So like if you have a family who is supportive and you want to grow, right? It's important that we each individually grow, but it's also important that we work together as a whole, as a unit, to grow, to build up. Okay, does that make sense? And again, King of Pentacles reverse, there's some things, there's like earth falling, there's There's things that maybe we thought we were solid on that's a little shakeable right now. And communication, it could be gossip or slander that is shaking things up a little, shaking our earth or our money or resources up. And so we are being aware now. It is time for us to start, maybe building other skill sets that will help us solidify our position, right? So this could, again, for some, it very well could be like if you take a work experience, again, apply this across the board for other things, but in work, it very well could be someone wants your job, and so they're spreading lies, or they're questioning your work, and then they're planting seeds of doubt with Ace of Swords reversed. And so your finances, King of Pentacles reversed, are being affected. Your way of making money is being influenced. And so again, it very well could be, it's like, you know what, it's time to take matters into your own hands. It's time to solidify the position you have in your life. And so, yeah, okay, this person wants to play. Well, guess what? I'm the king. I'm the king of my domain. And so I'm going to play, and watch me end this. And by doing so, you're building your skills. You're finding other things in your position, maybe like other skill sets that you may add on and perfect, that will help your position, that just makes you look even better for the job. And you do that. Does that make sense? And you do that, you build your skill set, and you solidify more so your positioning at your job or wherever you are in life. You solidify that because you're showing and you're doing the work to make sure that I am good at my work, I know what I'm doing. And yeah, maybe I am also human. And so I do make mistakes. I do have things that are challenging, but I'm not going to allow something to get into my way and get into the way that get into the way of what I really want to make for myself. The resources that I have, the money that I am making, the abundance that I have. I'm going to put it in check. I'm going to make sure to make the most out of the situation that I'm in. Okay. It's also good to recognize with the King of Pentacles and Ace of Swords reversed. I feel maybe at times we can seem a little cocky. We can seem maybe even arrogant a little. But I think that it's good to praise other people for a job well done. Did I do that? Okay, yeah. So it's a good time to also, when we see people doing really good, or we see people working, and see people even in our own sort of business, right? In our own space, let people know, let people know you're doing a really great job. Okay. Um, you're a color artist. What do you mean? Like hair? Like hair color or what? That's cool. I see your guinea pigs. Those are cute. But does that make sense? And so another thing about this is to, be a little more humble. That's something that we need to take away. Like, where can I be a little more humble in my life? Where can I be a little more understanding? Where can I, like, again, a lot of that happens, like, for hairstylists like myself, like there are people who combat, they think their competition, and so they won't tell people, oh, that's a great job. They find things to nitpick, and that's not my style. I don't like that. I mean, yes, nitpicky is important, so we know like how to improve, but it's more important to say, you know what, that's a really good job. Your highlights, your cut, the precision, it's really great. By complimenting and supporting someone else, it doesn't take away from us. It doesn't take away from our business. It doesn't take away from anything. We can support others. We can let other people know, you're doing great. It's important for us to do that. Um, it's important for us to ask ourselves, where can we apply this in our lives today? And so, yeah. Let's move on to the Five of Swords, which I think, Brianna, you said transformation through negative experience, now in a position to defeat our fears, a positive, ruthless, and decisive victory. I like that. I like it. It feels good to say, too, don't you think? Well, hello, Jenny. Welcome. Good to see you. I like that. Transformation through negative experiences. I love that. And now in a position to defeat our fears, a positive, ruthless, and decisive victory. I love that. I love that. And so sometimes, again, you can see all the wind moving fast. Sometimes, um, with the five of swords could be our body, right? As well as like when we are decisive about what we want, when we express, when we use our words, that can hurt other people. Our words have power. And so when we start to reclaim our lives, and we start to take a more of a leadership role, when we start to become more of who we want for ourselves, at times that is expressing very, very firm boundaries, and it hurts other people. It hurts people who are used to, going, pushing our boundaries, and really disrespecting us. Sometimes it hurts their feelings, sometimes they get hurt by words, and so it's not always a great experience. But look at this little grin though. We can feel good though at expressing what we need to express, and yes, it will hurt feelings, yes, people might get harmed in the process, but it still feels good to find our voice. Does that make sense? It still feels good to find our place, find our voice, and use it to build ourselves up. So it feels good to be able to say what we mean. It doesn't always feel good for people to be hurt, but it feels good at the same time to be able to stick up for ourselves. And so I like the transformation through negative experiences, because again, it's not always a positive experience. Life, a lot of transformation is through like challenging or friction oriented experiences. And now we have, like, now we're in a position again to defeat our fears. Now we're in a position to confront, our fears, to confront, the people in our lives, to be able to hold our own. Well, hello, Helen, welcome. Does that make sense? And so I like that. It's through those like friction oriented experiences, it's through the awkwardness, it's through the arguments, right? Through those experiences that we learn to be able to voice ourselves, we learn to be able to have conversations, to communicate, and then we eventually perfect our stance on how to effectively communicate with other people, right? And so I like it. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. I heard a lot of people by telling the truth that I'm a witch. It's been rough, but I stood my ground. Yeah, and that could be the thing. It's like you're again, communication, swords, air, truth, swords, right? So I am standing my ground. I'm learning to stand my ground. King of Pentacles reverse, shaky ground, learning to ground myself, and hold, to my own. So for sure, I can see that. And then it's like, okay, it hurts people sometimes when we tell the truth, but it also feels good to be able to stand in my own. So, does that make sense? So, what are your last minute thoughts, your last minute perception? So, all in all, with these three cards, I feel like now is a really good time to contemplate, like, what skills in life do I need? And this, again, with the Five of Swords, when we're talking about the skills of the King of Pentacles, the Five of Swords can be like, you know what? I am no longer it's like moving on, moving forward. Like I want more for myself, and so it's like I am no longer a part of, like, okay, there's people who, let's say I was in a group, right? A group that were all tarot readers, and people are just happy where they are, which is fine, but I'm not happy where I am. I want more, and so that I want to incorporate astrology. I want to incorporate other things into the work that I do, and so I can't stay there with that group because they don't want more for themselves. They're happy where they are. And so the Five of Swords can also be, it's time for me to explore myself. It's time for me to build my skill set. And as I build, right, as I build my skill set, as I perfect myself, as I invest into that future, and invest into myself, I am also separating myself from others, which there's a disconnect or a distance from others, because again, I am invested into what I want for myself, and building myself up is important, and so that does set us apart. Hopefully that makes sense. But all in all, I do feel like, this evening, it's a really great contemplation where we need to think about things a little more. We need to be able to be discerning as to, um, we need to be discerning as to how much, like, how much analyzing we do, like, where we get into our head enough, but not too much. We don't need to overly think things. We need to be able to ground some of that out, and find things that sort of solidify our experiences, and help us to ground certain overthinking out. But it's also a really good time for us to just seal, and let go, and just face like past stuff that comes up. It's time for us to just be done with it so we can make room for better things for ourselves. And it's time for us to learn or to perfect skills that we have already, and to just build, like, focus our time on building ourselves up, strengthening what we are, and who we are, and knowing that it is okay for us to sort of distance ourselves from other people. And sometimes it's hurtful, sometimes it's painful, and it's not necessarily intentional, but it's what happens, and it is okay, because we will be better for it. We will learn from it, and we will choose to do what is right for us in the end, and not what other people think is right for us. All right. um, well, I'm glad that you get it. Oh my gosh, I just love those braids. I have to say, I just love them. I do. Awesome. Hello. Welcome. I love it. But yeah, what are your last minute thoughts, anybody? I hope that this made sense. I felt like I was rambling forever, but I hope that you can take something from it, and it encourages you to again contemplate more of it, and meditate with it, and utilize it to just think, think, and see how it can be applied to what you're going through. And again, thank you, Brianna, for sharing. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for sharing, showing up. I appreciate it. So let's see. I think that's it. That is it. I need wigs. That's cute. That's it. So thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back tomorrow morning with a video. And if you want to know how to support this channel, this experience, this adventure, this business, feel free to click the link in the description. There are various ways to just express your support. I'm super excited. I'm having like communication issues. I'm going to be having new products in my shop eventually. So be sure to subscribe to my newsletter, because eventually I'm going to be like, hey y'all, what's up? And I'm going to be giving away some cool like formulas and stuff in my newsletter. I'm going to give you some cool stuff. Ooh, let's share this. I like this. The transformation of the ego from lead into gold is a balance of a personality. I like it. Wonderful. All right. I will talk to you all tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, wherever. Um, so the link to my email list is in the. Why can I not talk? Fumble with me for a second. Here, I'll post the link. Let me get it for you. It's in the description of the video, but also I can do this right now. Do do do. Y'all, oh, it won't load. Oh my gosh, it's taking forever. Thank you for fumbling with me. But also, here's the link. Uh, that will give you everything you need. But if you have any like suggestions for future videos, any special requests, always feel free to comment or reach out. I'm happy to provide. I'm always looking for ideas and inspiration for what to do videos on, besides these Deviant dailies. So yeah, always feel free. Like if you need something, if you're working on something, you need some insight, like message me or comment, and if I can help, or if I can add something, I will. So I will talk to you tomorrow morning, y'all. I gotta go. I'm rambling. Peace out. Take care.